listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com, for Tech Thursday. It is February 6th, 2025, and we're glad you're here. We have the usual crew, Andy, Janelle, and Jenn. We're all here to talk about techie, sciencey stuff.
Oh.
Why, ugh?
Which isn't my favorite topic. But
Well, we're not
She
talking
got a
about
bad taste in her mouth.
I mean, we're not. It's not like we're talking about being peed on.
well, that's true.
It could be worse, Janelle.
Or chewing on
Could be
frozen
worse.
vegetables.
You're right.
Or weasels stealing kids' shoes. You pick your poison here, Janelle. And I know you are well versed in different kinds of poison.
Oh, if you only knew. If you only knew.
Janelle's actually part of the Assassin's Guild. She's
I don't want to know.
She's got a very specific set of skills. And
Yeah.
She is the
Did I
Possum
tell
King
you-
of Oklahoma. I mean,
One time our dog ate some rat poison. Did I tell you that story?
No.
It was an accident. It was not on purpose. But anyway. That's
And then
for
what
another
happened?
time.
Did you go get it? What do you
Was-
mean?
was he
What was
okay?
Yes, it was the she, and yes, she was okay. She just loved the rat. I don't know what was the taste of it or something, but she ate it up every time she saw it.
I thought it was going to be another rag situation. And I was out.
That same dog did that. too.
Well,
No,
when it's
we saw her, she was like dragging her back feet, like what was happening, and I was very upset.
She was
So
high.
I called my husband, of course, because he's the fixer of all things. I said, what do I do? What do I do? He says, call the vet. And so I called the vet, and they told us to make the dog swallow hydrogen peroxide because that would make them vomit and it would get rid of all their stomach contents.
Oh, I'm sure that was fun and eventful.
It was not fun. It was
it was eventful.
How do you get a dog to swallow hydrogen?
I don't know. It didn't take very much because all of a sudden here it all came back up.
I feel like you'd have to like waterboard your dog to get that to happen.
There is Louis C.K. does a bit about that. And he was talking about his dog ate like chocolate. And he was talking about, and he lives in the middle of New York City.
Okay.
So after he figured out he had to do the hydrogen peroxide, he takes his dog down to the corner drugstore, gets the hydrogen peroxide, and he was talking about how he has like trying to jam the bottle like in the middle of New York City. Right there on the sidewalk. He was like, take it.
And nobody stopped or cared.
Right. Well, exactly, because it's New York City. It's New York City. So you did the right thing, Janelle. You did the
Just
right
another
thing.
Tuesday.
Good.
Okay, so back to the actual story today. It is Tech Thursday, and scientists have discovered a mortality timer inside our cells. It's
You're
tied to the size of the nucleolus, a structure within the nucleus. Smaller nucleoli slow aging, while larger ones lead to instability and cell death. So they believe that they can figure out longevity treatments now that they know this mortality timer that is ticking in our life, in our body. And the one thing that they say that actually will help is if you either restrict your calories or you do some fasting sort of thing, that shrinks nucleoli and gives you an anti-aging effect. So don't eat so much, I guess.
Or intermittent fast during the day.
Right, to do that.
I was just reading about that. Where was I reading about if you fast, like when your body is hungry, in a state of hunger, it has time to eat off like bad stuff, like cancer cells and all.
Yeah, the cells die.
Is that what this is?
It might be kind of sort of that thing.
It gets rid of all the bad stuff because it doesn't have it doesn't have more bad stuff to put on top of the bad stuff, so it gets rid of it.
Yeah, so like the bad cells die off. I suppose it's kind of like up here in the north. It's like the hard freeze that kills off all the bugs, so we don't have giant bugs roaming
snakes.
Minnesota. It's hard. It's hard in the winter, but I always think, well, at least we don't have giant bugs.
Yeah. Every time I see a video of a 10-foot snake in Florida at somebody's door, I think, oh, I'm glad we have winter.
Ugh.
It reminds me, I just saw somebody tweet about this. There was a guy who was overweight in the 60s, and his doctor said, you could fast to lose weight. He fasted for 382 days.
Yikes.
Oh.
For over a year.
He lived on tea, coffee, soda water, and vitamins. He lost 276 pounds.
That'd do it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
That's
Angus
almost 300 pounds.
Barbieri. I know, isn't that incredible?
that's close to a pound a day.
So, well, they were talking about, like, so the post was talking about, like, if this guy can fast for 382 days, you can go, like, one meal.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can skip a meal,
True.
you know, you'll be fine. It's good for you.
It's mind over matter to begin with.
Yes,
It is.
exactly.
And, you know, I've been intermittent fasting for a long time now, and I just read a book a while ago about intermittent fasting and eating food that's good for you and not over processed junk. And basically, that hunger that hunger feeling you get like in the morning for breakfast often is just a cortisol spike in your body. So since I've learned that, I'm just like, oh, because it usually happens right around 8:30 or 9.
Right. So you just have to, like,
Just,
push through it.
Like, or I grab a big glass of water and I drink it real quick, and I'm fine. And then I don't eat until 1 or 2.
And you just have one meal a day.
I have a window. So my window is usually, I usually fast from 8 or 9 until at least 1 o'clock. So
Here's the guy,
15
by the way. There's the guy who fasted for 300-something days.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And look
Huge
at that. I wonder if
difference.
that was his first meal. Because look, he's excited. Look to the right. He's got like a little hard-boiled egg there in the cup.
Yeah.
He's like, finally.
My stomach's so small. This is the largest meal I can eat.
I wonder what made him decide to stop.
Yeah, at that point, you just gotta kind of be like,
Like, I'm
I don't
good.
know. Why would I stop?
I've been doing great. I've been
I mean, he's
fine.
going to wither away at some
Well,
point.
that's true. That's true. At some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
I remember when I first got diagnosed with diabetes, and I went on basically 4 months of super strict keto and intermittent fasting. And I remember I was getting to the day where I said, all right, now I'm going to be done. Now I'm going to change my plan, and I'm going to do 5 days on and two off. I'd lost 60 pounds by then. So I was just like, I hit my goal. And that first day, I went to Dairy Queen and I got a Royal,
Oh,
a Blizzard Royal whatever thing with the fudge in the middle. Because I saw one on TV and I was just like, oh, that sounds so good. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it probably made you sick, didn't it?
My body was just like, hey, I know you're eating a mini.
Yeah.
But probably just take one bite and be done.
So that picture that we looked at, that was his first meal. It was an egg and
Half-boiled egg.
like a hard-boiled egg and a piece of toast. And he stopped because he had hit his goal weight of 180 pounds. He's like, okay, I did it.
okay.
Is it good for him?
That is
Wow.
crazy.
Here's the craziest thing. He didn't eat.
Question.
Yes.
What does he look like today?
Well, I'm thinking he's probably dead because let's see here. He was 65.
Didn't
Well,
work,
let's check.
did it?
Well, let's
You know how
see.
they say some people are skin and bones? He's just bones.
Maybe not. I guess so. He was. Let's see here. 1965. He was 27 years old.
Did
no,
he
he might
keep
be
it
alive.
off?
Okay.
Bigger
be alive.
question is, did he keep it off?
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's look it up. See if we got a. Where are they now? They should have a where are they now. Also, because he didn't eat food, he only had to go number 2 every 48 days.
Yeesh.
That makes sense.
Right? Like that.
Something feels real off about that.
Well,
Yeah.
It's a very specific number.
well, okay. Haven't you
Like
had
he
those
marked it
moments
on
where
a
you
calendar.
think,
Well, big day tomorrow.
and that's the Nugget. NuggetHateMail@gmail.com. Title of the episode is Big Day Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
He died in September of 1990 after a short illness. He was
Aw.
51 years old at the time of his death.
hmm.
When I was 6 months old.
Poor
And
guy.
then they didn't say how much he weighed or anything.
No.
Mm.
Now he weighs much less.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, and according to AI, a human can survive without food for up to 2 months. Apparently, that is not true. Another example
Well,
of
he
AI
was-
lying to us.
He was drinking some other stuff, right? That's
I
good.
didn't, right? Because
Like,
I mean that's the main thing is you're not getting any nutrients when you're not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he had a bunch
Yeah.
of nutrients. He did vitamins. He did some sort of yeast for the
Okay.
aminos. Janelle knows the amino game, so he got his aminos in.
Nothing sounds as delicious as
All right.
I literally went a week one time, only water. And I literally lost 20 pounds in a week.
Yeah.
Like it's
your
legit.
your body changes so much when you fast, and
Mhm.
if all you were drinking is water, like all that water weight just probably because most people carry like 10% more water weight than they need because of the way they eat. So
It was a cool experience, though.
Would you do it again?
Under the right circumstances, yeah. I couldn't do much was the problem. Like
Right.
you're super weak, and I got super emotional towards the end. I really felt close to the Lord. Really
Right,
close
like-
to the Lord.
The joy of the Lord's got to be my strength.
I mean, there's a reason why the Bible instructs you, like, you know, when you're feeling ill from fasting,
Mhm.
don't whine about it. So fasting for a long time that's if you're not doing it right,
It can be dangerous.
be dangerous, and it can really mess with your body in general.
Mhm.
I think who was it? Bill Bright has basically a guide on how to fast for long periods of time. Drinking like honey water and fruit juices, so you don't get scurvy.
Is that a
But
is
there's
that a
so
concern?
much sugar. I mean, although natural, there's so much sugar in fruit juices. Yeah. I made it 3 days. That's about it.
That's the
But-
longest fast you've done? Janelle, I thought you'd have a longer one.
Well, I've done fasting, but with only water has been 3 days.
With only water is that's where a lot of people get in trouble.
Yeah.
Is just the straight water.
It's
'Cause
not an entry level.
you definitely need nutrients, and
Okay, Mom.
I love the Daniel fast.
Yeah.
I felt like that was really
The
easy.
vegetables and
Pretty much
meat.
that's all I eat.
I was
is
like, that
fasted
sounds like Janelle's
lifestyle.
diet.
Exactly.
Yeah.